Hello, welcome back. This is the first update video of Slippyfop games. We got version 10 of Drink to That has finally released. I'm super glad it's finally over, although I say this now, it's not over for me yet because I'm recording this in the past. Yay. I still have work to do on it. It's 15th of August I'm recording this. That's why I'm wearing the same shirt as the intro video, because they're recorded on the same day, only less than an hour between each other. I went to have lunch and now I'm back recording this. So version 10 of Drink to That, version 9 released sometime in June, July. Now we're in August, September. Well, probably September by the time you see this. I don't know when. And yeah, version 10. Version 10 is the biggest update ever for Drink to That. Biggest update I've probably put into a game. Comes with a lot of cool stuff, a lot of stuff I'm excited for, a lot of stuff I think a lot of people enjoy, a lot of cool new cards, a lot of fun new things. First off, the big one. Custom rules. Drink to That, obviously, if you know Drink to That, you know it has custom rules. They're being changed, completely revamped. Before, you would just type in the rule into a thing, and then that was it. Now, you can share your custom rules with people. I've got it working, so you can upload your custom rules to a thing. You can download other people's custom rules, add some favorites. Got some cool stuff. You can download stuff from other people have made from around the world, share yours. Obviously there's some stuff that can't be shared due to bad naughty words. Yeah, there's tons of stuff on that. That's exciting. There's a big page on the blog coming soon about all that, including all the policy stuff. That's the big custom rules change, except it's not, because there's way more. There's accounts. To share your custom rules, you need to have an account. You can use an email and password to sign up for an account. It's secure, don't worry about it. I don't see any of that stuff. It's handled through Google. You will need an account to share your custom rules. If you don't have an account, you cannot share your custom rules. That is important. So I can ban you if you keep putting up annoying custom rules. Well, not annoying, but you get the idea. If it's inappropriate. Custom rule displays. I'm looking at my list of patch notes. This is the full list of patch notes that will go live with the update. Custom rules. When you're in the game and sometimes you don't know, you can see when a custom rule appeared in the past in the game, it's just said, it didn't say anything. It just said the text. Now it will actually say at the bottom, like, you know, that the icon player things, custom. It will say that this is a custom rule, and you will know it's custom. All good. Super useful to know when you're, because I've always had a big thing about the drink changer and custom rules. I was worried people were going to be using them in a maliciously to an extent. You can make custom rules that are unnecessarily harsh to one person, or a custom rule that is or like a drink amount ridiculously high. So obviously, if you know the drink amounts, if you mess around with that, you know it says at the bottom of the game custom drink amounts in use. And then obviously now custom rules say they're custom, so you can get away with that. Like, you can't get away with that, should I say? You can get away with yelling at your friends who's trying to make you drink your whole drink in one go and do a handstand. You get what I mean? Saving has changed. Custom rules used to be saved in a terrible way that was put together through spaghetti. That's changed. Custom rules now save much differently, and because they now save differently, you can have an infinite number of them. I wouldn't recommend having an infinite number of them. I'd recommend probably having 100 minimum, 100 max even. But you can save as many as you want. Obviously, the more you have saved, the more space it will take up. You can obviously delete rules and all that stuff, but it's much nicer now that the saving is much easier to work with for me as well in the code, so that's good. Your old rules can be converted over when you create the when you open the custom rules page for the first time in update 10. It will ask you, do you want to convert your old rules to blah 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 blah. You click yes and it will happen. You can click no and they'll be deleted and you won't get them back ever again. Fantastic. The custom rules creation screen is now nicer, looks much cooler. Had a bit of a revamp. It looks more like as it would appear in game. There's templates as well, so if you wanted to add a template of like blah 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 blah, like if you wanted, like, the categories is like a weird one, you can click the template category and then you'll just populate the whole thing with the text, and you can just fill in the blank, and then it works. Headers. Custom rules have headers now. You can give your customer a custom header. Pretty cool. Just a minor thing. Maybe if you wanted to display a custom header with your rule, you don't have to have one. But it's just there if you want it. Well, the custom rules have a lot. Custom rules do support rich text. I will say this. It does support some rich text. I've forced it not to support some, in the sense that it will not allow you to create certain ones that have certain rich text in them. But you can bold, and you can use bold, like the triangle, the arrows, and then B for bold, I for italics, U for underline. They're the main three you would need. You don't need any others unless you're planning to do color stuff, which could be cool. You can't do links, obviously. Don't try it. It won't let you. Custom rules. So if you know how the game works, oh my god, there's tons. There's tons more to do. If you know how custom rules, if you know how the rules work behind the scenes, if you've watched my other video, you'll know. Ignore the plane. That the cards use special symbols. These special symbols dictate what happens behind the scenes. For instance, that they all start with the @ symbol, like you're at an email, like @ blah 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 blah. So for instance, @R picks the first person, picks one random player. At E picks the second random player, and at W picks a third random player. You have at F, which becomes give out or drink. You have at X, which is a random which gives you a random number, stuff like that. There's more info on this in the custom rules creation page, which explains every symbol in detail, including the 2 new ones. There's 2 new ones. At Q, which will either pick the person that at R chose, or it will say everyone. Which is pretty cool, pretty useful. So if you want, say, one person, or maybe you want everyone, and you don't know which one you want, kind of like a random kind of thing, good. It's a good one to go for. Next one's a bit more confusing. At number X, literally. So at number X, it'll pick a number between 0 and X. Simple. So if X is 10, it'll be 0 and 10. Well, it'll be 0 and 9. Doesn't include 10. Keep in mind it's exclusive. The X is exclusive. Just keep that in mind. Okay, nearly there with custom rules. Collections. Custom rules collections. This I haven't implemented yet, and I'm hoping I don't want to be like, this is now coming in update 11. I want it to be in this update. You can permanently add custom rules to game modes. That is the idea behind it. If this doesn't come out in version 10, it's a sneak preview for version 11. I want it so that you can put custom rules every time you load the game, you have to manually set the custom rules. I want it so how these work is you can pick a custom rule and pick the game modes it can appear in. From then, that is always going to be, that has a chance to appear in that game mode as if it was normal, which is pretty cool. It's that's the idea behind it. So you have, say, team battle mode, and you want a custom rule only for team battles every time. Say you made 5 custom rules for team battles, and rather than going into custom rules, turning them all on, and then go back to team battle, turning them all off when you don't want them. For the other modes, this will only be in team battle. These ones are in that team battle collection, therefore they'll always be in team battle. Unless you turn them off, they'll be turned on. You turn them on once, they're on for as long as you need them on, and then they're off. You remove them, they're off. Yeah. I spoke about the download amounts, and that is it for custom rules. That's a lot of custom rule changes. My eye is itchy. Hooray. That's the custom rule change. This was the custom rule update. I knew going into it this would be the custom rule update. This would be the update where I've changed so much about the game's custom rules, because I wanted to have the downloads, and I wanted to have much more cool stuff. Oh, it doesn't end there. The shop changed. Icon Pack 4 is now available in the shop and has been added to the icon bundle. Pretty cool. Just Icon Pack 4. It's like a horror-y kind of themey, and familiar faces. You'll recognize the icons. Slight tweaks to some shop wording as well. Minor little things. Nothing too details. Another big change. The drinks modifier menu, if you've played with that, I spoke briefly about it earlier, has been completely redone, and it's now called the game mode modifier. Same as before, it allows you to change the amount of drinks the minimum and maximum sips at X can give, but you can now also change the number of cards a game mode can have in it. So, for instance, the getting started mode has 20 cards average as its starting thing. You can change this to minimum 10 and max of 50 for every mode, except endless. You can't change the endless card amounts. But yeah, you can see all cool stuff. And you'll know if a game mode has had its stuff changed, because the little description of the game mode will have a little asterisk next to it. Little number, we like 50 asterisks. So you can see that as well. If you are changing the game modes, like card amount, the game is programmed to normally give you a set amount of each card type. For instance, it used to be free. It was free categories, free rules, and 2 would you rathers / minorities. If you've changed it to 10, anything above 10, like 10 plus of the default. So if you go say 20 to 30, 20 getting started, if you change that to 30, the game will no longer adhere to those rules. It will just give you any random cards without care. So heavy drinkers is 30 average, I think. So if you go to set it to 40, it won't care. If you set it to 32, it will still try and follow those rules. It's just a little thing, because I found that these rules were quite restricting on. There were so many general cards. There's tons of general cards, more than any other type. But it's just, I just felt like if you have 50 cards, you're gonna want to see a variety. Endless doesn't follow these rules. Endless has always been any card, anywhere, anytime, any place. Endless just doesn't care. Okay, we're not done yet. Team battle. Team battle has been changed slightly. There's a few little tweaks. Team battle now averages 30 cards instead of 20. So the starting amount used to be 20. It's now 30. Team battle can no longer pick a minority or a would you rather card. And there will be an increase in category cards, which are champion battles in team mode. Just a little thing. I felt like minorities and would you rathers were useless. I'm pretty sure it tried to avoid them anyway, but now I'm pretty sure it's even more going to avoid them. Again, that doesn't apply if you get 10 plus in your thing. If you set the thing to be 10 plus above 30. Team battle, random team names. I'm no longer pick the same one. It's a little thing. And there's some more default team mode names. Just I think 3 more. I can't remember what they are. And since we were talking about the card amounts of how many there were per game, like there were 3 categories, 3 would you rather. So we tried to pick that kind of thing. Each game mode has had some tweaks, so I'll go through them all now. The heavy drinkers, rule cards, so the ones that say new rule, blah 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 blah, was originally free. It's now 5 per game. It would try to give you 5 per game. Getting started, the categories and rules, which were free per game originally, is now 4 per game. Flirty night rules was changed from 3 to 4, so you now get 4 per game on average. And categories was reduced from 3 to 2, so you have less categories in Flirty night. The Nerds Night In, would you rather / minority was increased from 2 to 3. A minor little thing. And Team Battle Would You Rather reduced from 2 to 0. Categories increased from 3 to 5. So you'll see more of those cards in those certain modes. Endless follows the same rule. Endless doesn't follow these rules. Endless does whatever it wants. And these will tweak obviously in various updates for the future. Maybe even... I just got an idea. Maybe I'll even let, in the game mode change it, maybe what if I just said like, you can set it, how many rules you want, how many things you want, how many whatevers you want, how many minorities, how many rules, how many generals, how many stuff like that. You could change these numbers yourself. Future idea, not version 10 idea, version 12, maybe 13, whatever's happening in those. And now we're on to the little things. The little things. Here we go. there's a few of them, not too many. We're nearly at the end. I'm sorry for boring you all. We're nearly at the end of version 10. The rule ends and custom rules are now counted in the total card amount. If you didn't notice before, every time when your top left of the screen when you're playing the game has like your card number 5 of 25. Now rule ends and custom rules are included in that number. So if you play Endless now, Endless used to say something along the lines of 500 out of 900. It was used to average 900. Now it will go into the thousands because there's 100. You'll average about 100 rule cards in a game of Endless. Those are the 100 rule ends. The no more categories text, it was a little bit confusing. I'm not too sure people truly understood the intention of it. So it's been changed. I mean, it's slightly clearer. The way it works, for those of you who don't know, is you cannot bring up that top category in casual conversation. If it's like no more crisp flavors, you can't say crisp flavors in casual conversation. Like I can't be like pasta ready salted crisps. That would be I've mentioned it in casual conversation. It would be a no-go, and I would drink. Oh yeah, this is a bug fix. This appeared in version 9. I fixed it version 9. I was like a broken record. I just said the same thing twice. Rule ends will now correctly display the people involved and correct background colors. This was a hot fix I've added in 9.2, but I fully fixed it now. It was a minor I've given a bad hot fix, but now it's fixed. All rule ends are now correctly shown instead of some being skipped. This is a bug that's been in since the original release. If you had 2 rule ends that had to appear at the end, for whatever reason they were appearing last, only one of them would always show. Typically one of them would show. This has been fixed. They'll all show. Added a chance for the rule ends to last the whole game instead of a limited number. So now, before the rule ends would pick where they needed to be after the rule obviously was created. Now there's a chance when a rule end is created that it will automatically go to the end. So the first one could be a rule. The very first card could be a rule. There's a chance it could end in 10. 10 goes. The chance it could end at the end. Depends how it works. It's just RNG. The rules will still appear to signify when the rule ends. It's going to be last card. Various behind the scenes tweaks to improve performance. Hopefully I've improved performance and battery life quite a bit. Well, maybe not battery life. It's hard to tell with my phone, which is a constantly decaying battery. Some UI changes, card tweaks, spelling tweaks, new cards, to all game modes, some spelling stuff, all the general rubbish that is just, you probably won't notice. Some stuff has had a space added, some stuff has had a space removed, some stuff has had stuff corrected and all that. But that is it for update 10. That is everything. I think this is the what's everything I've just read the patch notes that I've written. Let me just check that I'm not missing something in my list of my to-do list still. I'm looking weirdly through my no, nothing else. Nothing else. That is it for update 10. Hopefully you all enjoy update 10. It was a lot of it was interesting to make. The hopefully the custom rules, hope you all enjoy it because it was interesting, to say the least. Yeah, make sure you share your experiences of Drink to That as well. Hashtag Drink to That Game on Twitter, and hopefully it's a lot of fun. Me and my friends play it. Hopefully you all enjoy it. Hopefully you'll keep enjoying the updates. Version 10 is done. Not done for me. When this comes out, it will be done. This is me recording ahead of time because I don't have much time, free time. But I can get it done. I hope. I'm expecting version 11 be next year, I think. I might take a break from Drink to That for a bit and then come back in version 11. But yeah, hopefully you all enjoy. Thank you all again for watching. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Check in the description for all my links to everything else I do, everything else of my channel, Drink to That, all that good stuff is down there. Thank you all again. Goodbye.